Good morning guys, welcome back to Robert Does Fishing and thanks very much for joining me on the channel again. Well, as you can probably see, it is a chilly one here between the Lanarkshire Hills, and this morning you join me on the Upper Clyde where we'll be having a go at those elusive winter grayling. So I realise it has been longer than I would have liked since my last video guys. At the finish of the season last year I was getting some work done in the house, and then before you knew it, it was Christmas, so it left me with very little opportunity to get out on the water. And to be honest, the less said about last year's salmon season for me, the better. But nevertheless, it is a new year and we're back on the water with new hopes and renewed determination as always. I hope everyone had a lovely festive period there, and yeah, and is looking forward to the trout season, which will probably be here before we know it. One more thing guys, I will be coming to you in 4K now. I've had a wee upgrade in my video editing system, which should be able to allow me to produce some better quality videos. I have no idea what goes on with the videos on YouTube. All my previous videos have been 1080p, they look great when you upload them. They look great on YouTube for the first few weeks, but then I've got a suspicion that YouTube adds extra layers of compression. They just look awful now, really pixelated, so it's really disappointing. So I wanted to bring you guys better videos, so yeah, I'll be coming at you now in 4K. But as always guys, I'll go through my setup today. I've got two rods with me, and then we'll jump in the water and make those first few casts. Alrighty guys, here's the two rods that I've got with me today. There is some kind of faster water and slower, deeper water up here, so I wanted to have both options that I can choose to switch between quickly. So I've got my usual Euro rod guys with my French leader set up. On the dropper fly, we're going to start with a wee UV ribbed hare's ear with a silver bead, and on the point we are going to go for a pink tag and see if that does the business. Grayling tend to like the pink, so we'll see how that does. And with my wee rod as well guys, I wanted, like I said, there's some slower, deeper water up here, so I've just gone for a sort of indicator setup. I've just got a wee sort of foam indicator there, and on the dropper I have a wee pink shrimp pattern there with a shell back, and on the point I've got it is a Duracell nymph with, that's probably about a 3mm bead or something like that. So yeah, I'll be going through the slower water with that, but that's the setup guys. Let's jump in the water, make those first few casts and see if there's anything about. Alright guys, we're going to start off in this nice slow moving pool here with the indicator set up and see if there's anything here. Gets quite deep over towards the other side there and up round the corner, so we've got a wee bit of water to work with. I've just left my rod with the euronymphing set up on the Stain Dyke up there. So let's see if there'll be anything here. Oh, it's so nice to be back on the water. Yeah, like I said in my intro, the tail end of the salmon season last year was a bit of a disaster. I was due for 2 days down in the Tweed, and me and my mate had booked accommodation and everything. We were supposed to be fishing the Friday and the Saturday, booked accommodation. We got there on the Thursday night and everything was looking hunky-dory for the next day, and then that big storm rolled through. I can't remember the name of it, this was back in October. That big storm rolled through, so we got up the next morning and looked at the river levels, and our worst fears had come true. It was all big and brown. We went down to the bridge at Walkerburn to have a look, because we thought if it was big and it was clear we'd still have a go, but if it was big and chocolatey then there wasn't much point. And my mate had a bit to travel to get back up the road, so I thought, listen, let's just cut our losses here before that storm comes, in case there was any difficulty getting back up the road. So that was disappointing. And then I had one final go on the last day of the season down at the Annan. I booked Hodham and went down to fish Hodham. And again, I got there and the river was chocolatey, and I thought, oh God. So I thought I'd maybe take a wee further look up the river and see if it's looking any better. So I went up to the upper Annandale beating. It was looking great. Water was at a good height, running nice and clear. So I thought, yes, I'll just get a day ticket for up here. And then I walked all the way to the top of the beat, which is a fair stomp. And then a bloody storm came through, thunder and lightning, absolutely teeming down, and I thought, nah, this is a sign, my salmon season is done. So that was that. So for all my efforts last year, I only managed to hook 2 fish and lost both of them. So hoping for much better things this year. Let's see. Certainly good that we've had a good dump of snow anyway. Can maybe help those rivers up north a wee bit, certainly with conditions for the spring with the snow melt. So there's a bit of an annoying back eddy here as well. It's playing havoc with my line. Aye, thankfully the rivers have kind of settled over the last couple of weeks. We had some just non-stop rain, so the rivers were a bit big. And like I say, this is the first real chance I've had to get out, so the rivers have settled. So it is a cold one, but hopefully it's not too cold for them. I think it's about 0 or 1. Needs to get up to about 1 or 2 degrees today, so certainly fish have been caught in those conditions before. Let's see if I can get out a bit here without it being too pushy, because the bit I really want to target is that far side, which is a bit deep. It's nice to see this, the features of this pool. The last time I was up here, the water was really big, so it's quite bouldery, but looks like it could be good spot for the dry fly during the summer if there's fish feeding in here and sitting behind these boulders. But yeah, I guess one of the challenges at this time of year with the grayling is, I guess, they tend to shoal up, so it's a case of finding them. Could be anywhere. Just having a go in this riffly water as well. Let the nymph come down in the current. See if there's anything sitting in here. And like I said, I have a suspicion they might be sitting in the slower, deeper water, but I've caught grayling in faster water in this kind of weather before, so I suppose it's yet to get to that part of the day where it's warmest, so might not be feeding just now. Right, I think I'll cross back over and get my euronymphing rod and go upstream a wee bit and try one of the runs up at the corner there. There is some kind of slower water up there as well that I might try with the indicator, but we'll get cross back over and get back in the water up there and see what kind of conditions we're presented with, and then we'll choose which method we're going to start with. Right, I've moved up to the next run round the corner, and whilst it is kind of slower, deeper water, I think there's a bit of a flow on the other side with the push of the water coming in for the neck of the pool, so I am going to stick with the euronymphing rod just now. Just wish that wind would stop. As always, when you're euronymphing, the wind's the menacing element. I wonder if the sun's going to peek out. There seems to be kind of bits where the sun threatens to pop out, but then it looks like there's snowy clouds approaching as well, so might get a bit of snow. But then again, it is Scotland, it's probably get 4 seasons in the one day. That's the bottom. Bugger. Right, there we go, got them back at least. It looks like nice grayling water in front of me, that nice riffly water that just tumbles down. Like I say, it's just a case of locating them. Alright guys, I've moved further downstream. Never actually fished this bit before, so it looks like a nice run here. So we'll put the euronymph rod out and we'll nymph our way back up here. And it's quite hard to see what sort of depth there is. I think there is a bit of depth over towards this bank here, but there's another run above me as well, so I'll try that after this one, and then we might have to think about calling it a day. Winter days are short. But thankfully the shortest day is past us now, and we can look forward to lighter days ahead. It's not as deep here as I thought it was looking at the other side, but I thought there might have been looking like a likely spot. You see, it's nice riffly water, but maybe not deep enough for where the grayling need to be at the moment. Right, we'll move up to the next run. Hopefully it's a bit deeper up there. Alright, we've moved up to the next run. We'll have a wee flick in here, but Like I said, I think this might need to be the last bit of the day. Looks like there's a wee burn that runs in behind me there, so maybe at the confluence of those two streams might be a good bit. Alright guys, I think that will have to do me for today. I think it's clear that the grayling aren't out to play today, so I'll just cross this wee burn and just get packed up, and then we'll think about heading off. Alright guys, that will have to do us for today. I better think about heading up the road. So starting off 2026 with a blank. I hope that's not an omen of things to come for this year. But yeah, I suppose it can be hit and miss at this time of year, especially with how cold it's been. But yeah, nevertheless, it was great to be back out on the water for the first time this year nonetheless. And yeah, we'll be back out again hopefully soon. Maybe try one of the local still waters for the rainbow trout, or maybe somewhere new for the grayling if conditions are right and we can get on somewhere. Not actually that long to the beginning of the salmon season. Next week or the week after for the tay, I think. And then some of the other rivers will follow suit thereafter. So yeah, it won't be too long till we're back on the river having a chuck for the salmon as well. Yeah, I've got another wee competition coming up on the channel soon to win some more flies, so keep your eyes out for that guys. But yeah, like I always say, if you like that video, give us a thumbs up, and if you're new here and you like this type of stuff, please have a think about hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so they get notifications when I release new stuff going forward. But that's it for today guys, from a chilly River Clyde. Hope you're all safe and well, take care, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers now, bye bye.